This mysterious story begins with a Reddit user with the nickname ReligionOfPeace. He was a longtime member of the site and played a role in moderating the controversial subreddit /r/jailbait. In posts found in his history, ReligionOfPeace appears as an elderly, irritable man with a lot of free time to probe young girls and stir up conflicts in political subreddits. Another notable detail is that, apart from these unsavory behaviors, ReligionOfPeace seemed to have considerable knowledge about military-related topics. Notably, this user seemed to have a violent past, once expressing deep knowledge about which type of piano wire could be used to kill someone. Of course, like many others on the internet, ReligionOfPeace might have been just making shocking claims to attract attention. Another notable aspect about him is that throughout his long history on Reddit, there was a website frequently mentioned alongside ReligionOfPeace under the alias The Old Man's Image Archive. Many people do not know that a major mystery that has ever appeared on Reddit has actually been hiding behind this strange name and secretive information. This mystery is known as Lake City Quiet Pills. In December 2007, the user ReligionOfPeace created a Reddit account and often self-deprecatingly referred to himself as an old man, claiming at one point to be over 70 years old. In a post, he mentioned that he enlisted at the age of 14 and had participated in the Normandy invasion. Lying about one's age to enlist during World War II was quite common, and the US military was not very strict about recruitment since they needed a large number of soldiers. Thus, what ReligionOfPeace said is not entirely implausible. According to him, he had been involved in military-related fields for several decades after World War II and continued to serve in military roles related to IT. For about a year and a half following this, he actively directed other Reddit users to his website, LakecityQuietPills.com. This website was used as an image hosting service under the nickname The Old Man's Image Archive, informing other users that they could use it to store and share any images they wanted for free. As the website gained popularity on Reddit, it gradually became a frequent site for members since, in 2009, free hosting services were still quite rare on the internet. On July 17, 2009, at 6:46 p.m., the user ReligionOfPeace made his last comment on Reddit, complaining about some spammer. By the end of that day, a completely new Reddit account was created. The account, named 2-6, made its first post about 13 hours after ReligionOfPeace's last comment with the title. After posting, this post received many emotional responses from dozens of other users who had followed ReligionOfPeace's previous posts. They pointed to his war stories and his gruff reactions to spammers in various subreddits. A few days later, on July 19th, U2-6 returned to Reddit and saw many people expressing their condolences to ReligionOfPeace, who is now referred to as Milo. This surprised U2-6, who commented. The account then made its final comment on July 21, 2009, 2 days later, with content. Following this statement was a link to Google Maps pointing to an area near Rock Creek in Pennsylvania. Thus, a Reddit user had passed away, and a friend of his created an account to inform other Redditors about his passing. This would have been the end of the story, but things were not so simple. In fact, everything was just beginning, as in the following months, Redditors began to uncover an intriguing and mysterious story related to these two individuals. The story of ReligionOfPeace, the man named Milo who died in July 2009, is quite well known, but many mysteries remain about his friend, known as 2-6. Some Reddit users later found a similarly named person, Angel206, on F8.com. Fark is a precursor to other social networking sites like Reddit and Dig, and this user had been active on Fark since 2001 with the email address angel.2.6@lakecityquietpills.com. There appears to be some connection between this person and ReligionOfPeace through the domain lakecityquietpills.com. On Fark, Angel206 mainly commented on guns, ammunition, and weapons. Like ReligionOfPeace, this person seemed to have significant experience serving in the military. Returning to the original Reddit user 2-6, many pointed out similarities in the writing style between Angel206 and this user based on spelling and grammar errors in both accounts, suggesting they were the same person. Shortly after 2-6 announced the death of ReligionOfPeace, some Redditors began to suggest that the whole thing was just a ruse to draw attention to the LakeCityQuietPills.com website. This was not without basis, as ReligionOfPeace's death had attracted more users to the Lake City Quiet Pills website for image hosting and sharing on Reddit. However, as people began to delve into the website's source code, messages dating back decades emerged, revealing a strange and mysterious story. On the surface, many might mistake LakeCityQuietPills.com for a simple image hosting site, without realizing that beneath its facade lies something entirely different. Hidden in the website's source code are ambiguous statements. Two people are mentioned, Shade and Angel, with Angel possibly being Angel206 or 2-6 on Reddit. In the latter part of this post is an abbreviation, May, which some believe could stand for the Middle East due to a specific event mentioned later. The website also contains many secret messages, such as the remainder of the Lake City Quittles, source code filled with posts that make viewers think of military recruitment notices for organizations seeking mercenaries. Months had passed since ReligionOfPeace's death, but Reddit users had only just begun to seriously question whether he was working on a shady recruitment site for assassins or military contractors involved in covert operations. As the story grew stranger, followers began to explore the meaning behind the website's name. Shortly after the search began, Redditors pointed to a government-owned munitions factory based in Independence, Missouri. Named the Lake City Army Ammunition Plant, it was built by Remington Arms in 1941 and remains active today. Whether there is any connection between this factory and the Lake City Quiet Pills website is unknown, but the name seems not to be coincidental. Many believe that the website was named after the factory, implying that quiet pills are bullets produced at this facility. In the days following ReligionOfPeace's death, hidden messages in his website's source code continued to be discovered, with a notable post on July 17, 2009, reading, with spelling errors visible in this post, many believe it was written by Angel206 or 2-6 on Reddit. After this post, the website remained relatively inactive until January 2010, when Angel206 returned with a new announcement. Like all things related to Lake City Quiet Pills, this post didn't seem particularly special at first glance. It appeared to be an announcement about organizing a birthday party to commemorate the passing of someone who brought the group members closer together. However, many people, after investigating, provided a completely different explanation for the post and linked it to one of the most famous assassinations in history. Mahmoud al-Mabhouh was born in a refugee camp in the Gaza Strip in 1960. By the mid-1980s, Mahmoud began associating with the Hamas movement and built a reputation over the following 2 decades. This made him one of Israel's most wanted individuals due to terrorist attacks targeting the country. By the late 2000s, he became the target of multiple assassination attempts. In early January 2010, Mahmoud booked a flight to Dubai and was to stay at a hotel for at least 2 days. On this trip, he would be alone on the first day as his bodyguards were scheduled to arrive the next day. On January 19, 2010, Mahmoud al-Mabhouh arrived in Dubai at 3 p.m. local time and was immediately monitored by a special task force. This group included both men and women using various disguises. According to video footage, a suspicious man in a tennis outfit began following Mahmoud to his hotel room and eventually identified the target as being in room 230. After Mahmoud al-Mabhouh left his room and went to a nearby mall, a team of agents gathered at room 237, using this time to access and reprogram the electronic lock on room 230. When Mahmoud returned to his room around 8:30 p.m., he was unsuspecting. The door was open as usual, and he entered, completely unaware that a few people were waiting inside. About 20 minutes later, the agents in room 230 began leaving and exited the hotel one by one. Within 4 hours, almost all these men and women had left Dubai on flights to various destinations around the world. When housekeeping arrived at room 230 the next morning, they found the door blocked from the inside and discovered Mahmoud al-Mabhouh's body. A multi-year investigation was conducted by security and intelligence agencies from several countries, including the US, Israel, Palestine, and the UAE. Despite significant efforts from multiple countries, the identities of the assassins and who was behind them remain a mystery. So what does this mysterious assassination in Dubai have to do with ReligionOfPeace and his strange website? To understand this, we need to revisit the mysterious messages on Lake City Quiet Pills. Recall that on January 12, 2010, just about a week before the Dubai incident, a message was posted celebrating Milo's, or ReligionOfPeace's birthday. The message hidden in the source code of Lake City Quiet Pills mentioned that the party would start at 3 p.m., which coincides with the time al-Mabhouh landed in Dubai. Following this message was another post with the following content. All this information is very strange for a birthday party. Why would attendees at a normal party need to worry about the hotel's phone lines? And how big would a memorial party need to be to require booking 38 rooms? This detail strikingly coincided with the fact that the assassins in the Mahmoud case had booked over 30 hotel rooms across Dubai to assemble their team. No further activity was hidden in the source code of Lake City Quiet Pills until February 2, 2010, about 2 weeks later. A post titled "Invoice for the Party" appeared with the content, "Some strange information." In the following months, those involved with the website continued to post strange recruitment ads such as "Need a bodyguard." These posts continued to appear around the time of Mahmoud al-Mabhouh's assassination until Redditors began to probe the source code of Lake City Quiet Pills and uncovered the hidden messages. People interested in this mystery began linking the January posts with al-Mabhouh's assassination and posted these theories on various subreddits. Strangely, almost immediately after this happened, the source code of Lake City Quiet Pills was changed and the messages were encrypted. What had once been strange recruitment posts became a series of numbers and cryptic symbols. As Redditors began to decode some of them, they were re-encrypted and became much more complex. Shortly after, the website suddenly blocked IPs and went offline, making it inaccessible to those trying to investigate further. Thus, the website known as Lake City Quiet Pills vanished, but the mystery around it seemed to be just beginning. In the years since this internet mystery began to unfold, many people have believed that Lake City Quiet Pills was simply an ARG alternate reality game. But if that were the case, it would not explain the immediate shutdown of the website once the mysteries began to be discovered. If the purpose of an ARG is to attract players' attention and guide them through stages of the game, why would someone spend years creating Lake City Quiet Pills only to delete it as soon as it was discovered? This seems truly irrational. So, is it possible that those following this story have exaggerated its strangeness? This hypothesis suggests that Lake City Quiet Pills was a website set up as a private recruitment place for ex-military personnel. The jobs there mainly included providing security for companies or becoming personal bodyguards for people holding important positions in various organizations. But if privacy was the goal, why hide it behind the source code of a website, clearly being accessed by many people? And what about its connection to the famous assassination? What caused Lake City Quiet Pills to be immediately encrypted and then disappear after being linked to Mahmoud al-Mabhouh? At this point, regrettably, these are questions that remain unanswered. And there are still many mysteries about the person who started it all, the one behind the nickname ReligionOfPeace. One of his most famous Reddit posts was a meticulous guide on how to dispose of a dead body, suggesting that he may have had real experience in doing so. This detail, whenever mentioned, still creates an eerie sense of unease for followers. In an era where anyone can hide their true identity behind anonymous internet accounts, it is very difficult to know the true nature of what is hidden behind the computer screen. As in the case of the mysteries still surrounding Lake City quiet pills,